It's showtime.
Welcome into the SEC pub.
What's up, everyone?
we heard what's up, and then you went mute. It was almost like the God spoke to us. Shut up, Dale.
What?
The wheels are already off. All we heard was "What's up," and we heard nothing else after that.
You cut out after that.
Okay, all right.
StreamYard even
Welcome
went,
into the SEC pub. We got Coach Lee in the house today. What's going on, Coach?
What's the damn deal, Dale?
He did a sped up one. I like that. What's the damn deal, Dale?
And Chili Will in the building, of course. What's
up?
And Jake in the building. What's up, Jake?
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Big Ten pub tonight.
Oh my God! This dude here renaming my show. All right, I got
shout out to Jake, who only shows up when his team wins.
That's a goddamn lie. I was here last week. Oh wait, never mind.
That was one of the things that we wanted to talk about was how much did NIL I guess share the wealth of talent throughout college football.
Shared it pretty well. I know y'all was in the top 5, Mr. Dale. Mr. We ain't got no money.
Oh yeah, well this season, this time around, yes.
They got that Jamarcus Russell money.
Look, man, we gotta go ahead and get to the national championship. That's what Brian Kelly said. So he said, see everybody in the national championship. That's what he said.
Oh, if he's a head coach, you'll never see it.
Now you are aware that Brian Kelly has made it to the national championship before, right?
Yeah, I'm also aware that he suddenly had an accent for no goddamn reason.
Okay, well, fine. That you keep going with that. That's cool. But Jake, you are aware of that, right?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Nah. He said nah.
See, yeah. You guys should know your college football history. Brian Kelly did make it to the national championship game.
I don't understand. You know what? I really don't understand why he even went to the SEC. He had a chance to play a big named SEC school in the Sugar Bowl, I think it was one year, and he ran off to Notre Dame because he was scared of some Gators.
Mm-hmm. Chomp, motherfuckers.
No, wait, my bad, Will. That was the Orange Bowl. My bad.
Makes sense.
Okay, sure. He was afraid.
But we've derailed immediately. Let's go.
So yeah, everybody who was out there, saying, "Oh, Brian Kelly, couldn't do what Marcus Freeman did." I mean, unless Marcus Freeman win this game, Brian Kelly has done all of that. So that's the truth.
But did he do it while being black?
Right, he didn't. He did not.
He did. He did not. He did it with a fake ass country accent, though.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's keep talking about the accent. Sure.
Hey, you don't win some games. That's all we got left.
All right. So let's start off with our top topic of today, and that is Quinn Ewers declaring for the NFL draft. I think we all discussed Quinn Ewers' future, and we thought his future was going to be somewhere in the Big Ten and not in the NFL draft. So when I saw this, I was really surprised by it. Coach, what did you think once you saw it? I'm pretty sure you were I'm glad he gone.
What don't make me seem like this made me sound like I'm a total ass about it, but
Coach, you made it very apparent you did not like Quinn.
If the shoe fits, Coach.
When he come out this morning, right? I think when they announced it.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
that's how I felt. That's how I felt, damn it. Good morning.
I'm assuming all the rumors we heard about Oregon having a deal in place with him and UNC possibly being interested. I'm guessing that was all false because he's definitely going for the draft. Will
I got a theory on that.
Okay.
I think I think where the smoke there's fire. Those stories are out there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But Will and I were talking before the last show. Make sure you tune in Wednesday nights. I thought about it. You got to think from his perspective. It didn't, he came up short on the championship again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if he goes to any one of those other teams, because his draft stock already took a hit.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes to any one of those other teams and he has nowhere near the success he had now,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to take even more of a hit. So he had to go, I think it was damage control. He had to go ahead and declare it now and just deal with the consequences of what he got on tape right now. He had too much to lose.
And why not declare in a year where there's only clear-cut 2 quarterback prospects?
Yep.
And we're not even fully sold on them. So I just think it was a business decision. Smart one. One of the few smart decisions he's made.
Well, Will, where do you think he goes in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, impossible to guess. He's going to be a 3rd rounder, probably.
Okay.
At best.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like what, 3rd, 4th quarterback off the board? What are you thinking?
Yeah. I could see the obvious 2 coming off before him. And then who else is in here? Is Allard going?
He's going back to Penn State.
Oh.
You got Dylan Gabriel.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Got Will Howard.
Kyle McCord.
Maybe Will could go ahead of him, possibly.
Jackson Dart coming out.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
You got Riley Leonard, who I think is going to be the steal of the draft.
Oh, Riley's actually coming out. I thought he was. Is he a senior?
Yeah.
Oh, so he has to come out.
And Curtis Rourke.
I think Riley goes before him too, especially if he wins it all.
I think he might be a steal as well. The Curtis Rourke.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana. I didn't realize he was that freaking big.
6'6", right?
6'5", 231.
Yeah, he's a big.
And runs a 4.7 40.
You know who I think? You know who I think takes a chance at Ewers?
Who's that?
The Giants.
Okay.
I can see
Maybe.
that.
But they should. Yeah, you're probably right. The 2 top prospects are going to be gone by then, probably.
That's my guess. I'm not saying that's set in stone.
No, it's a fair guess.
But I just see he seems like a giant too.
All right, I'm looking at Draft Buzz. I'm sorry, NFL DraftBuzz.com.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the top 5 quarterbacks as Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers, Kyle McCord.
Really?
He hates Kyle McCord.
My boy Kyle getting the love.
I thought you liked Kyle. You like Kyle, right?
I did. That's why I said no. It just kind of shocked me. I was like, what?
Damn, he's slow. 4.9. Lineman's run better than that.
Oh, Kyle?
Yeah.
He not
man.
He not outrunning the edge. Nope.
No, Kyle's a pocket guy.
Yeah.
Which means he's a statue back there.
Basically.
You'll get the official time from the combine, but that is Brady speed.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Like if what's on paper in terms of what they're telling people is 4.9 before the combine, that's not good.
Look,
it's probably gonna be like a 5.2 on once he gets out there. It's never better.
How much stock you putting into that? It's a quarterback.
There's two things. There's 2 things for this though. This is what happens. There's 2 factors here. 1, Kyle McCord played in a not so great conference. 2, he also played a lot better, not because of the competition, but because he wasn't put on such a short leash by a coach. The coach actually let him play to his suit, and he made him look a lot better because of it. Kyle McCord was a way better Syracuse quarterback than he was an Ohio State quarterback because Ryan Day limited him and only drew up plays for Marvin Harrison. This year, it's more spread out for Ohio State, which is why they're doing better. And also, Kyle McCord did better because he had a coach that loved him, believed in him, and said, you have free reign, go do your thing. And that's why he balled out this year.
He also had a tight end who was so short-handed.
Okay.
But yeah.
But
I forgot about Milroe. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Look, I think Ewers still is going to have a lot of good stuff that the NFL is going to look at. He went 21-5 as a starter the past 2 years. Appearing in the college football playoffs. Look, he led Texas to wins at Alabama and at Michigan to a Big 12 title. I mean, consecutive college football playoff wins over Clemson and Arizona State. I mean, the guy's got a little bit of a resume here. I think the NFL is going to like what they see with the resume,
and less like what they see on the film.
That's a gunslinger.
Yeah, you got to like the resume.
Nope. They know he's not perfect, and nobody is, especially coming out in this draft. So that's what it is.
Fair. No, it's a fair assessment.
Yeah. They're going down that hill, huh?
He lives on the hill, so yes, he's gonna die on it.
All right. Our next topic here, former LSU star and wide receiver Kyron Lacy was arrested and released on a $151,000 bond and faces several charges related to his alleged involvement in a fatal hit and run. Lacy faces felony charges of negligent homicide and hit and run driving with serious injury or death, and another charge of reckless operation of a vehicle. The Louisiana State Police announced that the 78-year-old Herman Hall died after being involved in the crash. After investigation, the police determined that it was Lacy driving a 2023 Dodge Charger that was involved in this accident. So that's what's going on with Kyron Lacy. His career is over before it even starts.
That's tough one.
LSU. That's what they're teaching them in LSU.
Apparently, this is going around. It's one of the Georgia ways of doing things. So,
was it the decorations?
Look, I seriously hope he really wasn't driving drunk, but I mean, I guess that's a whole nother charge. But that should be on here, right? Like if it was, well, they probably don't know he fled the scene. Yeah, so they probably don't know if he was actually drunk. Then. So
even though it's not even though they can't do it, file charges on assumption, but we all can probably assume he was under the influence of something.
Yeah.
Usually don't hit people and then dip when you're sober. So,
but it's weird to say, like, okay, if you got an accident with another vehicle and the other guy died because of the impact or whatever, how was he able to drive his car away if that impact was like that? You know what I'm saying?
That just happened. I think that just happened chance.
Rest in peace to the
deceased.
Passed away.
Absolutely.
Sucks for his family, obviously.
Yeah. But I just know, like in the Rugg situation, he tore up the car so bad, like he had to sit down on the ground and
because he was doing like 127.
Yeah. Of course.
He was lucky that he was alive.
Yeah. But it's a bad accident, and so I assume both cars are totaled when somebody died. In a situation. So
2023 Charger though, those things kind of hold up. That's also a Crayola car, for the record. That's just gotten the wrong influence is all I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, this is unfortunate. A possible another LSU Tiger at receiver, which is we're at no shortage of them in the NFL.
Yep. Would have been real nice to get him.
We were I at first thought, before I heard that the guy died, I was like, oh, well, somebody's gonna get a steal in like the 6th round or undrafted.
Right. That's my first thought too.
That's my first thought. Like, oh, he's gonna go somewhere good and light it up, but now he killed a man, so he's done. Share a cell with Ruggs. They can go over what could have been.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens with the court dates and all that kind of stuff. but he is free on bond right now. I assume he's going to try to go to the combine or whatever, work out for NFL teams despite what's going on. I don't expect anybody to draft him at all. So
I don't expect them to let him go.
Yeah, he's probably gonna get held within the state.
That's the other thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's got Fed charges. Those are felony charges. I don't know if he's going to even be allowed to go to Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I wonder if LSU is going to allow him at the pro day.
That's true too.
Oh, yeah.
They may not want the bad pub.
Right. Exactly.
Because it's not like, oh, we're waiting to see what happened. No, you killed a man. That's what.
Yeah, and Brian Kelly hates his players, so he probably wouldn't want him to.
And left.
What do you mean he hates his players? What the hell did that come from?
Ignore Jake whenever
He just throws stuff out there, Like,
I'm so glad someone else is seeing it. Just says it.
What are you talking about?
This is how the Jake take is born. Just said stuff.
Okay. All right, our next story here is Colorado and Coach Prime. Well, I mean, Dallas Cowboys are interested in Coach Prime here. That's the rumor going on there, that they've been talking. No official interview has been done or anything like that, but they've been talking. And there's
for the last 2 days.
The last 2 days there. So yeah.
There's a story that goes that is handcuffed to this that no one is talking about.
What's that?
Which is in what, like, Jerry, you're talking to Prime, right? You're in discussion. Maybe you kind of wanted to bring him in. Prime has been very clear that he will only come to the NFL to coach his son. So indirectly, by even
both his
having
sons,
this conversation, you're saying
he said both his sons.
Both his sons.
That's unreasonable. It's no way.
It's
not really.
Bro, if Bronny can get drafted, if LeAngelo Ball can even attempt to go to the NBA, this is okay. Shiloh, he can play special teams, no problem. He's not going to be a starting corner. He's a dirty rug. But no, the story here is Prime has told everyone that's what he wants. So if you're even entertaining this conversation, Jared, what's that mean? Does that mean you're done with your quarterback? Because he's only going to come here if you draft Shedeur. That's it. So you're publicly basically saying you're done with that.
So tell me this. Has Coach Prime done a good enough job at Colorado to warrant a job in the NFL as a head coach?
If we're talking about actual merit, a meritocracy, absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. But that's not what the league is. Not at the coaching level.
It's show business and potential.
Tickets. Okay. We got sales. We got put butts in seats.
Yeah. He is going to sell tickets for sure.
Yeah, he did that.
Look, people go see the Cowboys, whether they're great or a train wreck. I was live and in person and saw that. They show out. They show up. Okay?
Yeah.
But if you put Dion at the coach and his son at quarterback, it's literally a dream for Jerry. It's a spectacle. It is a spectacle far more than it's football. It's a spectacle. But I do believe, I think Prime could actually do a good job there. I think he could do better than Mike McCarthy. I just don't know if he could do better than Mike McCarthy with Shedeur. That's going to be weird.
Okay.
Also, that's a shit ton of pressure for Shedeur. A shit ton of unnecessary pressure at a position that's already pressure maximized.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's the most high-profile position in the NFL.
It's the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
You're going to get love and hate universally.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of it's going to be hate. And you'll get so much love from within until you don't.
Yep.
I feel like it'd be absolutely hilarious if the Cowboys drafted Ewers. Coach would be like, I can't escape this guy.
It would be
fucking
it honestly would be funny
for the show. For the podcast, I would love this. Please be right, Jake.
I'll give you the bird behind that, Jake. It was a double.
Here's one, and take one for the road.
So, remember we talked about that earlier? He takes subtle jabs.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't think he thought that one was gonna get the blasted guy because I love that idea. That's amazing. Fucking great. That is the type of chaos I live for.
I would lose my you know what. We went from Dak to Dak 2.0? No, man.
No. You went from Dak to White Dak. Like that's
White Dak.
Oh man, I need this now.
So,
I sure hope we don't. I hope we don't draft that guy, man.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
I'd rather have Leonard.
Yeah, so would everyone. I'm pretty sure Mrs. Ewers would rather Leonard. Anyways,
Ouch.
what I'm saying is that if you stayed with Dak and brought him in like the fourth round as like maybe eventually the heir apparent that he learned for a while, maybe got that under control, you wouldn't like that. It's a guy you're familiar with. He knows how to play in Texas.
Does he?
He got them to the fucking somewhere.
Played high school in Texas, hell.
He did.
And he choked there too.
Never mind. I'm done. I don't want to. Coach says I take jabs. I ain't playing this no more.
They'll be double down because it's gonna get because you realize on the horizon is a big game, and if you lose it, you're gonna have to deal with these gentlemen. Is all I'm saying. Let's keep that in mind.
All right, man. Let's get to some transfer portal talk. Jake, did you see anything for Ohio State? Because I didn't see anything.
I did not either when I looked.
I think the window's closed right now for them, isn't it?
No, their window actually doesn't even open until their closes 5 days after their season is done.
Okay,
that's what.
Gotcha.
So players can leave right now, but they have up until 5 days after the national championship.
Well, yeah, the backup quarterback for Ohio State, Devin Brown, he entered the transfer portal, but the team has collectively made a decision to let him stay on the team until after the national championship. It's up to coach. It's up to coaches' discretion whether they want to keep him or not.
Right.
But so they let him stay.
Okay. Cool. All right. I didn't see anything for Florida either. Will, did you see anything there?
Nah, but I did. I thought that I saw at some point that Dallas Wilson had decommitted and went somewhere else, but now he's signed.
Okay.
And then everyone above that is guys who are already enrolled. So they're like they're already there. Like their stuff has been shipped and they're in fucking dorms already. So, I didn't see any new news. I could have missed something, but I didn't see anything new.
Okay. All right. And I checked for Texas as well, and I didn't see anything besides, like players just signing with other teams. But I mean, these guys could have been in the portal for a long time. So
yeah, I saw Justin Finkley is going to Kansas.
Right.
Savea is going to Arizona.
Also a drop off, but they're a little better.
And Cook, who left during the season, signed with the Washington Huskies
and immediately backed out of that.
Was only on campus for 48 hours.
Yeah,
he was released by them. No details will come out yet. What happened?
It said unclear what happened. It's underlined unclear what happened.
So then his second choice was Florida, according to On3. So maybe he goes there.
Come on,
the rumor, his second choice was Florida, but the rumor team right now is, I don't know if I would like him going there, is Oregon.
Yeah. Look, I don't like my players to go anywhere in the SEC. I don't want to see him anymore.
He's a former 5-star recruit. He's just a head case.
Right. Yeah. I'd much rather see. I mean, if it was me, I'd much rather see him in Washington versus anywhere in the SEC. Because
I don't need him jacking up DeCorian's reps. Stay out of Oregon.
I'd be upset, man. if one of
I
my
put on
players
more
left
than
my
some of his
team
family
and
members.
Yeah,
showed
I'm
up
looking
somewhere
forward
else,
to see what number
kill
he
it.
gets, Will.
So yeah,
I will have an Oregon jersey.
I want that number 1. Please give me number 1. It's fire. And then you could buy like 30 different because it's Oregon. They're gonna have all of them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, for LSU, they're still busy in the transfer portal. They just signed Tamarcus Cooley from North Carolina State.
Where's Donovan
He
Green?
led
Sounds familiar.
all ACC safeties with 7 pass breakups in 2024. And he was the 7th best graded safety against the run in the ACC.
So he
So
does
that's
both.
just, yeah,
If
that's
you're
just a
ranked,
couple different things about
Definitely helps out your secondary.
you top 10, you top 10 in run stopping, and you led in pass deflections. That you're a complete safety. That's
right. So I think the way LSU is looking right now, they're looking for in the box kind of safety. And this guy's flexible; he can do both, so that should be good. We've got he's going to be a sophomore next year. I'm guessing that's going to be a starter at free safety. Deshaun Spears. I believe he's somewhere from Louisiana, some kind of Louisiana. I forget what town.
Gail, do I have this right? You guys, I feel like on a regular basis, your safeties are more run stoppers outside of like the honey badgers of the world, because your corners are usually so good that they don't need the over the top help.
I'm kind of thinking about some people.
I just remember some heavy hitters over there, and they're usually in the box.
Like Adams and Matthew.
Right.
Delpit was more of a hitter as well.
Right.
Maybe you're right there. Yeah.
It's just the only reason I pointed it out is just a testament to the fucking talent you guys put at corner every year. It's just there's always a guy out there, like a real guy.
And this season, I mean, look, it's going to be the first season where cornerback should be back to normal.
Right.
Okay. Now we got a 5-star in there. They're penciling him in at cornerback, but we've also got transfers from like Virginia Tech, Florida. We got guys that we believe can be starters out there at corner, and we also got Ashton Stamps returning back, which was the other starting corner we had. So we should have bodies for sure. Good options.
For a much improved secondary this year, yeah.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to that. LSU also signed Donovan Green, tight end from Texas A&M. Green is 6'4", 265 pounds. He caught 22 passes for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns his first year. He tore his ACL the next season and missed the entire year. And then upon returning in 2024, they changed offensive staffs. So Green just saw 2 offensive snaps in 2 games. So that's really it. So he hit the portal, and look, he got size. We need help at tight end. Let's try him out. Let's see what happens.
The worst that can happen, he just doesn't play a lot, and you just got to move on. But yeah, it's a good pickup.
Yeah. So
what was he initially? Was he initially like a 4-star?
Let me see what On3 says for him.
I love that website, by the way. I learned about it like after most of the portal shit stopped, so I'm just looking at the
exactly.
every day, but I'm there every day.
Because you're looking at the stuff like every day now, yeah. Let's see, enrolled.
But yeah, looking for a much improved secondary for your Tigers this year. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. Again, there's certain institutions that you like to.
Coming out of high school, he was a 4-star.
Okay,
and On3 has him ranked as a 3-star right now in the portal. I want to say, let me see, he is. Oh, I had the rankings. Where are the rankings? Here we go.
You're doing great.
I think he was like the 130th something player or something like that ranked. Yeah. So,
which doesn't seem like a lot, but then you've learned that there's like 2,000 people in the fucking
right,
in
exactly.
The portal. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think people,
Yeah.
the average person, I don't think they realize the scope of how many players move in the portal now.
Oh yeah, man.
That's something we're used to. We're still getting used to this shit. So 2,000 players in the portal is insane.
And there's still a bunch of them in the portal.
Right. Just floating in the ether. It's the name of the database at this point.
Yes. That's terrible for those guys. So
yeah.
All right.
Go
So
to BC. Took will be happy.
Let's talk about these playoffs.
Playoff.
I gotta refresh the damn thing. Hold on a second. I don't know why Campbell does this sometimes.
What was happening in this play? It looks like the craziest stiff arm is about to happen. He's like jumping up and forward. That's a crazy stiff. Look at that. It's like a reverse choke slam.
Yep. All right. Okay, cool. We should see it now. All right. So the national championship game
On us.
is going to be between Notre Dame and Ohio State. But before we get there, let's talk about
Ohio
the game
State.
that happened. Ohio State beat Texas. Let's talk about it from your perspective first, Jake.
Ugh.
We whooped their ass.
Oh.
Oh.
No, it was a close game. It shows that Ohio State's offense can be stalled because that was a defensive win. Major defensive win. Ohio State showed that they are the best defense in college football this year. And what Will Howard's shown his worth when he's not making mistakes and chalking up the ball. He's very, very useful on the offensive side of the ball. But when you get our receivers stalled and you're stopping the passing game, you got two other guys you got to worry about in the backfield. And that's where I think we can do well against Notre Dame because they are a good pass defense team. But if we're talking about just this Texas game, which I believe that's what we're at right now, I think it was a dominant defensive game. It was close, just like Coach and I both said it would be. It wasn't going to be a blowout like Ohio State's been doing. And I'm still shocked about that play before halftime. Coach said defensive coordinator fell asleep, and you can't do that in the playoffs. It's one play. Texas had the momentum. They were going to go into halftime with the momentum, and then they gave it right back.
Yeah.
That play is literally like, if you remember, Jake, for our first ship for the Patriots, that last drive in the bowl is, remember the famous drive that Madden was on the call and was like, they should just take a knee.
Yes, I've watched it many times.
I know, and I think we would have, but the very first play of that drive was a little dump off check down to Redmond for like 23 yards, and it changed. We were like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna go for this now, and I feel like that's what probably how that play should have played out. You can't let him score there. It's right. It's they're literally just dipping their toe in the water to see, if we get a couple yards here or a first down, then yeah, we'll maybe go for this at the end of the half. But if they stop this play, then yeah, we'll just take the knee and we'll go into the locker room.
It was weird because I think there was only like 7 seconds left, and I don't even think Texas's defense sold. I think they only sent their 4 linemen. They didn't even send a blitzer, and somehow they forgot Travion was in the backfield and went for that screen, and he went all the way to the house for 75 yards. It was the craziest thing that could have happened, and it shifted the momentum. And I don't remember if it was you or Coach, but someone, maybe it was even Tuke, someone said as soon as that play happened, they knew that the game was done.
Oh, that was me. I was like, that's the game. Because like that's a discipline moment. That's not even just a big play. That's all about discipline. And it's discipline from the players on the field, obviously, but the coaching staff. And I said that because I saw Coach say the staff fell asleep, and I'm like, oh, if they're falling asleep in the biggest game that any of them have ever been in, that might be ball game. I was hoping though, but
and it's crazy because I feel like Ryan Day's on autopilot. Chip Kelly and Jim Knowles right now are so in their bag. It's unbelievable. Jim Knowles is running this defense insanely, and Chip Kelly's like, Will, I'm giving you the keys to the whole ass car. We're running these passing plays, and if they start going awry, Judkins, Hendo, be ready. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're staying completely open. They don't care. They're like, we're in this. We're not going to embarrass ourselves. We're going to go out there and we're going to have fun and win football games. And they're just out there playing football.
I'm not gonna lie though, like this little run that they've been on Ohio State towards the end of the season here, like just what they've been doing, it's because they've rededicated themselves to the run though. I know that they had the game where they fucking Jeremiah showed the world in front of everybody for the first time, like, yeah, I'm the best receiver in college football. It seemed like they were just like passing heavy, yes, but they dedicated more to the run. You have two great running backs, and that is the way you protect Will Howard from Will Howard.
Yeah. Yes,
is to just end it off to two goons.
And I know you guys all saw that Judkins block. That was
Judkins is the baller, man. That's the thing. When you run a committee and you get guys to buy in, then you're gonna get them to block. They can put their body on the line a little more because they're like, I don't have to carry this 40 times. We got another guy who's gonna help me, and we both come in here and we play balls to the wall.
And this is why Travion Henderson came back and why he was okay with Judkins coming. He was like, oh, so it doesn't got to be all on me. We're going to bring him in too. Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
Yeah. And I think both of their draft stock risen because of the way they played this year. Both
absolutely. It's insane. The whole team's on one. And this is practically a completely rebuilt offensive line. 3 of the starters that we had at the beginning of the year aren't playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing their thing. They're doing great. I mean, I losing to Michigan, this is going to hurt me saying, but losing to Michigan might have been the best thing to happen to this team because they are playing pissed off and they want to win. They're like, you want to talk down to us? Yeah, we lost that game, but look, this is who we really are. Don't let that game define us. And they're showing out. So
when they lost to Michigan the year before, and we've heard Day say it was the worst day of his life or whatever, that game wasn't a game. If they had won, it wasn't like they were supposed to win. There was no supposed to win in that game. That both of those teams were good teams. This year, you lost to them, and you were supposed to win that game.
Yeah,
and
it was supposed to be an alleged blowout, and I said no, it's not.
They have a good defense still. I think people were flipping out because their offense looked horrible, which is fair. Like Orgy doesn't know how to play quarterback really, but like. You guys were still supposed to win this game in pretty big fashion, and to lose it, that the loss last year pissed everybody off and really hurt Day. This one, it just enraged your entire team, I think, because they're supposed to win this game. They're such a talented team, and yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think after that, they just opened a can of whoop ass on everybody else.
And not to bring it up, I feel like this pissed off Jack Sawyer the most because he's going to go his entire Ohio State career without beating Michigan once.
Big one, this guy.
Yep, Jack Sawyer.
Why are you so hype on him? That's crazy. He's the greatest all over again.
When I saw him get that sack, bro, like the one coach really upset about. I was like, damn.
To put it mild,
this dude's number one. I want him on my team. Like,
oh man,
that's what I was like. So. All right, let's get to the other side of this thing. Coach, you complained about Ewers a lot this season. You complained about him in this game. You scored 14 points overall, and so just give me your thoughts on the game that Ewers put together.
Well, just like I predicted, it's going to come down to the play of the quarterback mentioned. It was some times where he looked like he was very uncomfortable. He held the ball too long. He missed reads. He stared down receivers. He just don't look as crisp as he was. It's like he was saying, what they call it out there, saying ghost out there, whatever they say.
Ghost.
Which that's kind of been the book on him. I've had the ability to watch this kid since he was in high school, and that's what I've always noticed about him in those times. Yeah, he can show up in big games, but if he's off, he is off. This game came down to 3 things, and unfortunately 2 of the 3 were caused by the coach's staff.
Okay.
The end of the first half, when you got the momentum, you marched down the field to tie it up, and in one play give up a 75-yard play. Fell asleep. Why are you getting aggressive? They got 75 yards to go. Why are you getting aggressive? Terrible call on a DC's part. The second was you got first and goal on the 1. Sark called some crazy plays.
Mm-hmm.
All during the season, why would you not bring Arch in at that point in time to at least give yourself a dual threat?
Yeah.
I don't know if he got turned away by the play that he did come in and where he almost fumbled. I don't know if that deterred him from bringing him back in, but I'm like, if that was the moment, that was a moment. But I think he was just being too loyal to Ewers at that point in time.
Okay.
And then the third thing was they got away from the run. I guess all three of them to the coach.
Yes.
They got away from the run. They were able, at one point in time during the game, they were just able to run the ball at will.
Yeah,
24 runs total through the game.
Blue should have got the ball more.
Definitely.
And I got to question the toughness of was it Gould? And I think he's Golden. Yeah, Golden. He set out most of the game, couldn't come in, and all of a sudden he's out there and he's out there balling again. I'm like, hey, you can rock or you can't, bro.
Yeah.
I got to question that.
That was my thing there. Like just looking at the game, they didn't really run the ball very much. When they did pass the ball, it was always to a running back coming out of the backfield. You had a few catches by wide receivers, but like the most catches was by a running back, which is 5. I'm sorry, 6 with Wisner, and Blue had 5. So
you remember going into that game where we're talking about some of the keys. I mentioned I knew their front. I knew that the front was going to be difficult to move, and we were banged up on the O-line.
Okay.
And I knew that the back end of their defense could hold their own. I mentioned, if I'm not mistaken, if they had any chance of winning this game, was going to be to put pressure on the linebacking core in the middle of the field, which is when they were able to get the backs out of the backfield. The linebackers cannot stay with the backs. Yes. And again, as the previous game, they waited way too late to start to go to Hunter Helm because he can beat anybody one-on-one. But then it goes back to whoever's pulling the trigger, I guess.
Did a mock draft where he landed on the Patriots. Super happy about that.
Who, Hunter Helm?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He blocks as well.
Yeah.
He got that dog in him.
Yeah.
So
big guy.
Who was your number one receiver this season? Was it Bond or?
It was Bond.
Okay. And it was his first game back after missing.
He was coming off injury.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they expected more out of him from this game, and they didn't get it. Unfortunately, he could still play. He made a couple attempts to jump. He was doing the thing that your guy at LSU was doing, jumping to make catches for
jumping
what?
Too early.
Yeah, like just catch the ball, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't mean to beat a dead horse on that, but Texas receivers were jumping for every ball that was coming their way.
So I want to tell.
And tiptoeing.
Here's the thing.
Get hit.
That's what I'm gonna say. The reason I played receiver, the reason we jump for certain catches is to brace for the hit. You almost want to jump into the hit, hoping that you can deliver a little bit back and that it doesn't just clearly get you destroyed. And that's kind of why guys jump. They don't want to get destroyed.
That's not effective. You don't.
And
have
as a coach, don't leave your feet. Never leave your feet.
Yeah, it's not effective. But what it does do is it keeps your head from getting destroyed. And that's what people try to do, but it's not going to work.
What is it? The whiplash effect?
Yeah, It's a whole thing. Yeah.
Coach, I think the thing that got me the most was on that goal line thing. The entire sequence. You guys got 2 PIs and weren't able to capitalize on it. And then the play call to push yourself back. It was self-inflicted to run that kind of a.
Why would you run a sweep to the short side of the field?
It doesn't make any sense. And the thing, Caleb Downs literally broke down on that so quickly that he didn't have a place to go, and then Ransom finished off the tackle. And I'm like, they just went back 5-6 yards That was self-inflicted for no reason. And they just got 2 PI calls. They had 2 first downs in that entire sequence, and that's the best they came up with. And then Ewers throws it wide left on third down. And then here comes the 4th down play, and Jack Sawyer lays that hit. I just didn't understand that running play. It made no sense.
The goal line sweep is the second worst goal line play you could ever run. The worst goal line play you could ever run is the goal line draw. I will disown any team that runs it. But yeah, the goal line sweep to weak side is just right there with the goal line draw. That's bad. There's no reason to do this. I don't understand.
It's even worse in college because the short side of the field is really freaking short.
It's
in college.
really small. There's no room because the hashes are wider. Right? Exactly. It's terrible.
And they don't trust Arch or Quinn to run a QB sneak. Like
I have a theory on the Arch. He fumbled earlier in the game. They didn't call it a fumble, but everybody in that building pretty much knew that was a fumble.
I understand Ohio State's goal line defense is superb, but at the same time, if you get enough of a push, I don't see why that wouldn't have been the first call to try to do. Because you were literally on the 1 yard line, 6 inches away from the goal line.
He ran
a sweep.
He ran a goal line sweep to the weak side. Clearly, he overthought the thing. He thought he was going to big brain him and 1,000 IQ him.
Yeah,
and he
exactly.
He played himself.
Outsmarted himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just there was a lot of self-inflicted problems on Texas's side where I went into that game feeling kind of, I think we can do well. I think we can beat them. It's going to be a close game, but it's going to be tough. And then seeing all the self-inflicted wounds, I'm like, is Texas selling right now? It seems like it.
Yeah.
I got a question for Coach.
Yes, sir.
I think whenever we talked about your team this year, we spent most of the time just questioning what Ewers really was. And I think what we didn't ask was a fair question is, do you think which Texas team had more talent offensively this year or last year? I think it's unquestionably last year.
Yeah, last year, of course.
Right. I mean, because you send 2 guys to the NFL who are they're not crushing it, but they're doing things in the NFL. So you send 2 NFL guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that. Well, from a toughness standpoint, with
and he had a better running game last year too.
Who was the back last year? Oh,
it was my guy that was
it Brooks?
Brooks and the freshman that got injured right before the season.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and then I think like
Washington was Blue was number 3 and Washington was number 4 last year.
So
Blue is I don't care.
So you take a step back in the backfield, and then you also go from Mitchell and Worthy, the fastest man on the planet in football, and then you go to Isaiah Bond, who's good, really good. And
Golden.
So I think that also hurt Ewers in how he played this year, that he had a significant drop-off in talent at receiver positions.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just me being biased because of what he did to Michigan, but Blue's a dog.
No, Blue is a dog. The problem is that it's one guy. You gotta.
That's true. It's true. I just got a bias, I guess.
You gotta get more help to him. Blue, I'm pretty sure Blue killed us, which isn't saying much, but we have a solid defense.
Yeah, I mean, especially for a guy that was 3rd on the depth chart.
Yeah. Like he exceeded expectations.
Yes. Coach, is he coming back?
No, he declared.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll be a 5th rounder.
I think we're going to take a step back next year. We're losing quite a bit. Obviously, even though it is what it is, you're losing Ewers, you're losing Golden, you're losing Bond, you're losing 3 on your line. Your tackle, your center, and your right guard.
That's a lot.
Yeah. You lose, and then you're losing your safeties. You're losing 3 or 4 defensive linemen. They're losing quite a bit.
Yeah, but they are bringing in a 5-star at DL.
Yep. They are.
I mean,
5-star safety.
5 stars.
They're bringing in a 5-star safety, a 5-star defensive lineman, a 5-star receiver, a 5-star athlete. They don't even know where the fuck he's gonna be, but they know he's a 5-star still. Yeah, and then we got a bunch of 4-stars. So yeah, you lost some, but I think you're bringing in some talent. I think you might be okay. Plus, you got you Manning. I think you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I just think with Arch, I think as the year went on, his passing improved significantly, but the element of him to be able to be mobile, I like that idea of it. It puts pressure on defenses.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does. In college, that is the ultimate cheat code for sure. You get a running quarterback, they can just dominate the game. Tebow, Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson.
Y'all remember when the best athletes on the field were either at running back, receiver, or defensive end, or not even defensive end, like running back, receiver, and like corner. Now they're all at quarterback. Every one of them, I feel like. So yeah, it's fun.
All right, let's talk about the other semifinal game. Notre Dame beat Penn State 27-24. This was a game where I came out this game impressed with what Franklin put together as a team for Penn State.
I think they played better. I think they played better in that game.
Yes.
But I think they played better the whole game than Notre Dame did, but I think they also made more mistakes than Notre Dame did. And Notre Dame won because they just didn't beat themselves.
Yeah. Now, the quarterback play left a lot to be desired from Penn State, but look, that running game was nice, bro. Like, they got a 1-2 punch back there.
What's his name? Mitchell?
You come on the quarterback?
No, the running back. Allard's the quarterback.
It's Singleton and Allen.
Oh, Singleton. It wasn't Mitchell. Singleton is a horse.
Yeah.
That dude, he's nice. I like him.
That's another team. That's another team that always has good running back too. Penn State is the place where
running backs and linebacker. Used to be linebacker, you.
Well, and defensive linemen too, right? Like they'll give you an edge guy. So yeah, but I can't. Yeah, I can't talk badly about James Franklin at all, even though he didn't win this game. So I'm not.
When it comes back around next year, we're also going to be like, guess what? He doesn't win big game. We're not going to forget.
I'm not going to talk about it right here.
Yeah. But when it comes back around, we will remember that he lost.
Yeah, I thought they played a good enough game to actually win and everything like that, and the team he put together. So hats off to them. But Notre Dame, just like Will, you mentioned, the offense goes through Riley Leonard, period. And that is Notre Dame. That's the offense. The defense is what makes them go.
It's literally like a great defense. And Riley, go ahead, do your thing, man. Like, just draw it up in the sand and make it happen, please.
Yes.
Which I love for Riley. I love that he's getting that stage to do that. He was you understand? He was in hell. He was a Duke quarterback. He was a quarterback for the Duke Blue Devils. Okay, it's unforgiving. There's nothing that you get out of that other than, I guess, you're cool at Duke, but you're still like 5th or 6th, 100th in line to every basketball player that's ever gone through there. So like, what are you gonna do? But
he might have even been behind the lacrosse players.
I'm telling you. Because there's a lot of love for those kids after they got shafted with all that bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
Yo, real quick side note, okay? Did y'all know you could throw hands in lacrosse? Like hockey?
I didn't know it was sanctioned.
Yeah, bro. I got this clip. I found it somewhere on Facebook. It's like dudes took off their stuff and just started rumbling, bro.
Squabbles.
Until one of them got knocked down.
They try to break it up real quick. No.
The ref will let them go. The ref let him go until one of them got knocked down. Then he broke it up.
And he did get knocked down.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Hey, that tells me that they got more restraint and they're better men than hockey players who say they can't seem to keep it in the gloves. They want to just fight immediately all the time.
Come on, we all know hockey players are barbarians.
They're Vikings.
Look, they hire a couple of them just to go out there and fight.
There's a whole job, just enforcer.
I was about to say this might be a little too disrespectful, but hockey players are definitely the knuckle draggers of the sports world.
Definitely cavemen, for sure.
Exactly.
Definitely cavemen.
Exactly, right. So, all right. So with that being said, let's talk about the actual game itself, national championship between Ohio State and Notre Dame. Ohio State is an 8-point favorite, and the total for this game is 45.5. Let's start with you, Jake, since it's your team. What do you expect to see from Ohio State?
Tough defense, a lot of running. When they get scared of the run, Jeremiah over top. If Notre Dame wants a chance at this, they're going to have to make Riley pass a little bit more than he has and pick on Igbinosun because he is not a good cornerback. Other than that, I'm going to wait to say who I picked to win.
Okay, well, the last 10 games, Ohio State is 6-4 against the spread. Notre Dame, the last 10 games, is 10-0.
Yeah, no shit. They play no one. We don't want to hear this.
I appreciate that, Will.
Time Ohio State and Notre Dame met was 2023, and Ohio State won 17-14.
I'm almost positive this is a real stat. I didn't do any real factual things. I heard it somewhere, but I believe Ohio State's undefeated against Notre Dame all time.
Yeah, I can't fact check that.
Coach was like, I could do that right now.
I think they played all together. They've had to play against each other more, but I want to say they played against each other a total of 6 times, and Ohio State's beat them all 6 times.
Jake, well, your wide receiver, your freshman, was held to like 1 catch last week. Smith was, isn't that his name?
Yeah, Texas knew the assignment and played zone defense and took him out of the game.
Okay, so is this a blueprint as to what Notre Dame is going to do to stop him?
No, because
they ain't got the same secondary we got.
The thing about blueprint is you still need the materials.
I'd like to add something to this, though, is that you notice Jeremiah Smith didn't go off, but did you see who did go off, especially in that first drive? Ibuka.
Ibuka was nice, bro. I like him.
It's literally
he's a big body guy.
I understand Jeremiah gets all the attention because he is who he is. He's an absolute stud, and he should.
Yeah.
And we'll just say
he's an NFL player as we speak.
But we have Ibuka, we have Tate, we have Ennis. We got a ton of players on the passing side of the ball that if you just focus on him, you're screwing yourself because Carnell Tate is a future star. You got Ibuka who's going to be in the NFL next year, late first, early second round pick. I mean, this offense has just got everybody there. If you cover one side of the ball, you're gonna. I mean, even the tight ends that don't get enough love, G. Scott, and I forgot his name, but number 89. The whole team, we've got someone in every spot that can hurt you anywhere. Even Will Howard, when he decides to run the ball, sometimes he's got wheels. He can move.
Solid athlete.
So
this is why I said this. Remember, so if you remember leading up to the game, my first take was they gotta stop Jeremiah. But by the time right before the game came, I had switched it to, well, they need to basically single cover everyone or zone, yes. Because I realized, you could try to take him out, but they have other guys. And if you try to take one guy out, the others are going to eat. So maybe just play them all straight up and make sure you get home. Make sure you get to the quarterback. That's the only way I feel like they were going to beat them. Yeah. But I thought they could do it because we know that Texas's D-line is peak. It's one of the best D-lines, if not the best, in college football.
And that was a rebuild offensive line for Ohio State, and I don't think Will Howard got sacked that much either, which was crazy.
No, he didn't.
He didn't get sacked, but he felt some heat.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Oh, no, they was in there, which is part of the reason that Jeremiah didn't do so much. But they got other guys. So
I just don't want to talk about the offensive side of the ball, though, because the defense is better than the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, of course, yeah.
The defense is unbelievable.
Ohio State is 6-2 all time against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has not beat them since 1936.
Oh my God, our parents weren't alive.
Yeah, my grandfather was 5.
I think my grandmother was 39. She was born, so yeah, rest her soul.
That's wild. But yeah, no.
All right, Coach.
I'll go ahead. Let him do it.
You got a take on this game?
I agree with Jake. It's going to come down to defense. I think the only wild card, but I don't think they're going to have enough for it, is the ability for Leonard to run. Because the one thing that I did see, while Ohio State secondary is very good, they were behind the receivers a lot. It just the Texas receivers didn't do what they need to do because the quarterback can get the ball, but that's neither here nor there. But I do think it's going to be. I gotta give him one last jab on the way out.
Yeah, you got it. You earned it. You guys played well this year.
But I think it's going to come down to defense. But I think coming to defense, and I think Ohio State's running game is going to be too much.
Okay,
it's a lot.
It's not a pressure.
I'm thinking Ohio State's their offense can move the ball. They can put up points. And I don't feel that way at all about Notre Dame. And the fact that Ohio State's defense plays pretty well. I think this is going to end up being a blowout at the end of the day, just because Notre Dame can't move the ball without Riley Leonard.
Notre Dame's only shot to win this game is to make it ugly, gross.
Yeah,
it's gotta be a shit show. They need to get a couple. They need to get a couple like defenseless receiver penalties. Like they need to be laying dudes the fuck down because offensively they just don't have a single person on that offense not named Riley who scares you in any way. There's no super speedy threat out there. There's no fucking scatterboo dog of a guy you don't want to tap. They have none of that.
They need to do what Ohio State did to Tennessee and Oregon, punch them in the mouth in the first quarter.
Yeah, you gotta deck them in the mouth, and then here's the other thing that they gotta do. They gotta go up. They gotta force this to be a Will Howard game. If you let it be a Judkins and Anderson, it's over. You got nothing. You're done. You gotta make it a Will Howard game, and even then that sucks because he's throwing to 4 probably starting NFL receivers right now. So.
And they really need to hope that their tackles are on their game because Jack Sawyer and JT are going to be coming off the edge to make sure Riley can't go, and Sonny Styles and Cody Simon right there at linebacker to make sure Riley can't go right up the middle. And if you can't get past him, you're going to have to deal with the speedy downs coming up on him. So Riley's running could end up being limited because Dylan Gabriel's was.
You know what I want to see? I want to see something right quick.
Yeah, to me, I mean, like you spy him the whole game. Like,
and that's probably exactly what Caleb Downs and Lathan Ransom are going to be doing. That's going to be their assignments.
Yeah. Caleb's only assignment this week is Riley.
Yeah, spy him up, man.
If I'm coaching, that's it. That's all he doesn't watch even film for anyone else. Just what does Riley do? When does he take off? Yeah. When is his tendencies to run? And where will you on the field meet him to take him down?
I like our safeties so much more than our cornerbacks. I swear, our safeties are so smart on this team. They cut everything off and go right to where the ball. They're ball hawks. They're ball hawks, and they know how to zero in on the run and find where the ball is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but ball hawking isn't just about picks. It's also about finding the guy with the ball. Yeah, ball hawks was the right. You didn't even have to elaborate.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I thought ball hawking was
It's usually synonymous with interceptions and bat downs, but no. There's guys like Honey Badger was a ball hog in every sense of the word. If it was a run play, he was there. If it was a
that dude was a homing device.
And that's something that I haven't seen from an Ohio State defensive safety in a long time. Was a guy that wants to be in every play and involved in every play, and that's Caleb Downs. And that's even Jordan Hancock and Lathan Ransom. No matter what, every play they want to be the guy tackling them. This defense is unlike anything I've ever seen in college. I swear.
Dale, can you tell I was a Honey Badger fan? It's my second drop of Honey Badger in this show.
I mean, look, bro.
Big Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't even make sense, honestly, bro. He's not fast. He's not big.
No.
He's not strong.
No. But he is fast though. He's
not fast. You saw 40 time? Like he's got some of the worst combine numbers ever in DB.
Wasn't his 40 like a 4.4 though still?
No.
All right, you keep doing the show. I'll look that up.
Coach, can I give Ewers one thing that I thought was absolutely incredible?
Are you all right?
He had a Joe Burrow type move. in the third quarter when he was getting tackled by 3 defensive linemen and somehow he still managed to get that pass off.
Yeah.
That
I
was
give him credit for that.
That was one of the coolest things I ever seen, and how his knee didn't touch and got that ball still out was unbelievable. But that might be his one shining spot in that game. But that play was awesome.
I'm trying to pull up his RAS score right now, and it's terrible. I'm telling you. Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right.
That reaction was freaking awesome, Coach. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
That's exactly what was in my head, bro.
All right.
I'm disconnected. He's a former Longhorn.
The biggest reason I'm absolutely fearful of the game, though, is definitely Igbenos. And Denzel Ward looks asleep sometimes, too, on the defensive side of the ball. So if they actually make Riley pass, which they do, but not a lot, not nearly as much as Will does, it could be a long day for that defense if they're thrown to the outside. But I got enough faith in him.
Okay, so you're right. He did run a 4.5 in the 40.
3 was his
Who was
first,
that?
by the way.
What was that?
This Honey Badger.
Honey Badgers. His first attempt at it, which wasn't obviously your first one, isn't the official one. They gave you the second one, but his first attempt it was 4.43. He was fast for a safety. He basically entered the league as the fastest safety in the league, or one of them. I think he was also in the league with Taylor Mays, who obviously ran fast but couldn't do shit on the field. But
they should have
like all of his
moved him to linebacker.
All his freaking combo.
Yeah. The rest is fine because the rest judges like size and strength, which he had none of. Like he was 5'9", like 185, and fuck it, yeah. He couldn't bench press himself. Like it was, yeah. But the kid, he had a nose for the ball, man. Unbelievable. We lost our host. Holy shit!
It's a miracle.
We lost our host. Yeah, the football gods were like, he on some bullshit. He lying.
Y'all know, man. My stuff get messed up, and I gotta get out of here and get back in. But every time I try to share a screen, I get messed up.
Arkansas internet, baby.
Yeah,
great. We got
Bravo.
Great. We got some spam on Twitch. Get out of here.
Yeah.
We got spammers.
I can't ban that guy. That guy comes in before the show and like puts that crap up there, man.
Can't stand this dude. Stay out the show.
He took her job.
All right.
What are you doing up this late?
Go to bed.
So picking the games, I'm going with Ohio State minus the 8. Honestly, that's what I'm doing. Will, where you at?
Yeah, I'll also take Ohio State minus the 8, but take the under on the over under.
Okay, I can see the under hitting too.
Yeah,
I can see the game being like 26-9 or something like that.
Jesus Christ! He said they're not even going to score a touch; it's just going to be all field goals.
Telling you, bro. Like I have no faith in Notre Dame at all.
It's a bad matchup. It is a great defense versus an offense that has nothing.
Yeah.
That's why everybody said the national championship game was last week.
Yes,
I could see that.
Yes.
It was such
Ohio
a good
State
game.
versus Texas with the Natty.
It was such a good game.
Great game too.
All right. So who's your pick, Coach?
Oh, Ohio State.
Okay. You minus the 8?
Yeah, they're gonna cover.
Notre
Dame. Right. I was looking at Notre Dame. Their quarterbacks threw for under 2,000 yards. The running back ran for just over 1,100 yards, and their number one receiver was under 500 yards receiving.
Is that Faison? Is that or Phase?
Love.
Oh, Love was okay.
Yeah, Faison Love. This is Marvin offense. That's what this is.
This who?
Starvin Marvin offense.
Oh yeah, starving. It's rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I am hungry too. You know.
I'm starving.
I'm starving. Let's wrap this bitch up.
Yeah. Rudy gonna bring it home. They are not TCU.
That game was miserable. Dude, covering that game while we were doing a show was probably the most miserable thing we ever did.
It just was over at half. We were like, we could just do a bullshit show now because this game's over.
Yeah, I remember every time they'd score, I'd be like, oh, Georgia scored again. Georgia scored again. You're like, is it over yet? Nope, Georgia scored again.
Are we gonna go live? You want to go live again for the Natty?
I probably will not be on the show.
I don't blame you, bro. Watch the Natty though. Okay.
I feel like that would be bad luck. Also, I don't pick championship games. I feel like it's bad luck. So, go Bucks.
All right, cool. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for the SEC Pub. It's probably gonna wrap it up for the year. So yeah, we will be back when we see you guys. Yeah. I have enjoyed this season of SEC Pub though.
Oh wait, time out. Dale, we're not gonna do a recap of the game or anything. Start of the transfer portal, anything like that next week. If this is it. Yeah,
this is gonna be it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for
I'll give a shit about who wins.
Thank you for tuning in to the Big Ten Pub. We appreciate you being here.
Big Ten. Done.
There we go. All right. Well, we're wrapping this thing up. We will see you guys when we see you. And watch out for the SEC Pub coming up next year. How about that?
You get it one more time. Oh wait,
Jake, you get on them tickets, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get with my uncle. I swear.
August 29th, we in that bitch.
That's gonna be good. I feel it's gonna be a bad revenge game though. I feel like something bad's gonna happen that game.
I feel like the flight to Ohio will be significantly less than the flight to Dallas. Who wants to go to Ohio?
Hey, by the way, freaking Ohio State has flown 4,600 plus miles this freaking playoff.
Cry me a river.
That's tough.
It's tough to fly all them places with NFL players everywhere.
Hey, don't worry. Notre Dame was just slightly under them, but not by much.
Oh, and that we definitely don't care about. Play real people. Play real teams in a conference like real football teams.
Take that, you Golden Domers.
Exactly.
Domers.
Exactly.
We're going to leave on that.
Right. We'll see y'all next year.
Remember to follow us on social media at BSN Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.